He doesn't just watch the market, he is the market. People give him equity out of respect. In his last life, he was himself. He is the most knowledgeable man in the world.
I don't always invest, but when I do, it's in the future. Stay dangerous, my friends. Welcome to the Wealth Mindset with Garnier. I am the most knowledgeable man in the world. And when I say knowledgeable, I mean that I can dig deep in a multitude of areas. I have expertise in a variety of skill sets. I have over 25 years of business and life experience. I'm a father of 4. I'm a husband of 17 years, and I build relationships with princes and paupers. It is that knowledge and experience that I bring to this podcast when I speak. And it is my undeniable belief that wealth is not what you acquire. Wealth is who you become. You are the wealth. It's not your investments. It's not your business. It's not your real estate. It's you. And before you have any of those things, you have a unique and specific set of talents, abilities, gifts, ideas, habits, disciplines, and inclinations that form the basis of everything that you do in this world. And once you tap into that, you build wealth in your life. So you are the wealth. Listen, man, I really hope people are ready for what is coming. You know, recently I went to visit a church, and it's a large size church. And outside of the vestibule, there was a big old fish tank. It was a beautiful, beautiful aquarium. And these magnificent fish are just floating about, living their life with no real knowledge that it's all of these hundreds of thousands of people passing through church watching them and looking at them. Right? They're in their own little world in the aquarium, swimming around, completely oblivious to the world that's going on around. But it's magnificent to watch. But that's how I feel about a lot of people that are just going about life with no idea what's going on in the world around them. Right? They're just going to work every day, or they're spending all their time on social media. And whatever life they're living, they are completely oblivious to everything that's going on around them. And because of that, they are at the whim and control of those people because they don't know what's going on. And it's very unfortunate, man. You know, we're on the brink of a third world war. Our world leaders are making decisions based on things that they personally believe. And it doesn't matter if you believe it. It doesn't matter if I believe it. It doesn't matter what your faith is. What matters is the people that control your life and make decisions about everything that you do. What is important is what they believe. And whether you know it or not, those people believe in the Bible. And if you read, if you listen to what they are telling you, they believe that it is their responsibility to bring about the things that are talked about in the Bible, specifically the things that are in Revelations. What I'm trying to say in a nice way is that the people that run this world are trying to bring about the end of the world. That's just a fact. They have said it with their own mouths. They are acting it out with their daily actions, and they are willing to sacrifice our lives to do it. So if you are not paying attention to what's going on, if you are just going about life every day oblivious to what's going on around you, you're going to get lost in the sauce. You are going to get left behind. And, I haven't really gone live in a while. I really haven't been posting in a while. And when you hear me talk, right, I'm a very positive person, right? I believe that we all have a gift. We all have a purpose of something that we can give to the world. And I'm always trying to encourage somebody as opposed to tearing them down, because I believe that's what we all need, right? The things I remember as a child are people who encouraged me. And so if you know who I am, if you know my personality, I am always looking to be positive in how I interact with people. But I also have to be honest and real. And this world is changing. The people that are in power are making decisions for us, about us, and without our authority or control. That's going to change the way that we live. And if you are not preparing yourselves for that, you're going to get left behind. You're going to get left behind. It's just a fact. And for me, we have to protect ourselves a few ways. First, we have to protect ourselves emotionally, to be able to handle all of the things that are going to happen, all of the things that are going to be revealed. We have to hold ourselves steadfast, right? And you have to have trust. If you believe in God, if you believe in the Bible, you have to have trust in His word, and that things are going to happen in our favor, right? So you have to protect yourself mentally for the things that's about to happen, and make sure that you are what you need to be and who you need to be for yourself and your family. You got to protect yourself here. But secondly, we have to protect ourselves financially, right? We have to be able to protect our resources. We have to have a plan for anything that we do, so that we protect our way of life. That's changing, right? How we make money, what is available in terms of a path. Those are things that we need to be thinking about for ourselves and for our children, right? And so we need to at least have some type of thought or economic plan for how we're going to be able to take care of ourselves, right? Everything is becoming digital now. How much do you understand digital currency? How much do you understand digital technology? It's going to happen whether you like it or not. They're not going to accept checks anymore. They're not going to accept cash anymore. You are going to have to understand this system. You're going to have to become knowledgeable. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind and relegated to a second and third class citizen. That's what the world is coming to. So prepare yourselves and understand. This is just a fact. I can't tell you how many conference calls I get on that is talking about artificial intelligence, talking about how it's changing. It's going to be so hard to commit a crime in the near future, because everything is going to be digitized. You're not going to be able to rob people for cash. You're not really going to be able to do any type of financial crimes, because everything is going to be in the algorithm. It's going to be recorded. You're going to be caught before you even finish the crime. And so it's going to be so difficult to commit crimes that people are just going to be impoverished. If you don't understand the system, if you don't educate yourself on the system, you are going to be impoverished. And so you need to be thinking about this, just thinking about your future, right? I think we take for granted how fortunate we are in this country, right? There's no real disruption outside of the electricity going out for a few days because of a hurricane or a bad storm, right? Or, natural disasters that happen in pocketed areas. We have not really experienced any widespread disruption in our daily lives. We take for granted, right, that we could just go about our day and not fear, bombs and fires and all of these things disrupting our lives. A lot of these other countries, that's their daily life. They can't even get to a point where they are considerate of their feelings and their emotions, right, and their mental health, because they are in survival mode. And we have the luxury in this country of not always being in survival mode, but we take it for granted. We take for granted that things can't get there, and we are unprepared. We lazy, right? We don't believe anything. We don't feel the need to educate ourselves or be proactive in knowing anything. And so all that stuff makes us vulnerable. All of those things make us vulnerable to what's coming and what's happening. And if you're not paying attention, I promise you, it's going to be ugly. And so, yeah, man, you have to be ready mentally. You need to be ready financially. You need to be ready spiritually. You need to be ready spiritually. All of this stuff is biblical. I promise you. I just read. That's all I ask you to do, is read for yourself. And it is all there. But you have to protect yourself spiritually, because that's really the attack that we under. It's a spiritual attack. Right? They want our souls. They want us to succumb to their fear. They want us to succumb to the hate and to the envy and to the jealousy and all of these negative emotions that they push on us. But the Bible says God is love. We are put on this earth to love. The only way that you can love is if you have free will. Right? Because if God was just playing puppet master and dictating all our moves and motions and not giving us the ability ourselves to decide, then our existence will be pointless. But free will, right, gives you the ability to choose. And you are not forced to love. You have to choose love. And even in the midst of all of this negativity that's going on in the world, all of this bad stuff that's going on in the world, all of the hate and divisiveness, you still have a choice. And if you choose love, then none of this stuff will matter. And so choose wisely and be ready. Let's go.
If God is for us, then who the is against us? Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man on top. Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man on top. Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man up top. Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man up top. Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot.